What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy AB. Thank you for checking out another one of my weekly Forex analysis where I go over the markets. So let's go ahead and just get started with this. First off, I'm going to go off starting with the news events that's going on. So Monday today we have Euro news at 2:15 a.m. Central Standard Time, which is a PMI flash services for the French, German. For the French and the German. So we got to watch out for the euro, see some volatility during London session. GBP, they have monetary policy report hearings at 9:30 a.m. for the GBP. So just expect some volatility with the euro and GBP pairs this Monday. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have New Zealand dollar news, which is just Governor Orr speaks. So don't know what that's going to be including of. We do have FOMC on Wednesday for the US dollar. So going to be watching for a lot of volatility in the US dollar market. But other than that, doesn't look like there's any other news. But you should always check back later on because there can be times where these news updates there's new news coming added on. So it's always just check on a daily basis what the news is going to be. I just look at the high impact news, but there's way more news than this. So that's always something to go ahead and watch out for. So let's go ahead, cut that off, and let's go on to the regular analysis, right? So first of all, I need this to move over here or something. All right, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the DXY, right? Personally speaking, I still do kind of feel the same way about the DXY, how I felt before. But I'm just going to go ahead and just delete all this because we've had basically 4 days of consolidation. Let's go to the 4-hour cipher real quick, actually. And where's my favorites bar? You know what? Just take that off. There it is. Sorry, guys. Just wanted to make things a little easier for myself. All right. So basically, throughout last week, we just had this area of consolidation with the DXY, just been consolidating down over here. But then if you zoom out and go onto the daily time frame, then you could also see that this is at a major support area right here. Well, like I said, it's consolidating right there, but this is the area that I'm looking at. Wait, actually, you know what? Leave that up there. But what I'm really looking at is this little zone right here for the US dollar that is still holding at, right? And if you even go onto the weekly time frame, you can see that again, like this is an area that prices interacted with before. Like you had some interaction for like 3 weeks right here, had some interaction over here for 2 weeks. Interactions right there as well. We have some right here and we have some right here. So this is like a high support area right here for the DXY for me, right? And I don't know why I just did that. There you go. So let's go back to the daily. Go on to where price is at. Then I'm gonna go on to the 4-hour time frame. I still kind of feel like this is gonna go bullish overall. It is definitely in this downtrend. I mean, as we can see from right here to down here, it's just straight up falling, right? But I still feel like price could eventually just keep going to the upside, right? Despite all that, despite that it is in a downtrend, there's nothing really showing that price is going to go bullish unless you like go onto like the lower time frames, or even that is kind of questionable because yes, we do have this bullish move right here that broke through this structure. Correct? We do have that bullish move that happened. And if we fib this from this low to this high, or not even this high, let's go from right here to right here. We can see that price came down, hit that 78.6, and then went bullish some more. And then if we stretch it out right here, prices came back down to this 50% level. So I'm still looking for buys on the DXY. for the short term. But if price does come and break through these lows down here, then I can't really say that, because it definitely is in a downtrend, right? So just go check out the weekly one more time. Yeah, I'm not really crazy over this, but you could take a look at this as well. If you look at it from this low from 2018 all the way to this high and then this drop, I mean, you can't argue. You could definitely argue and say that it is at that bullish area, at that 71% fib right here, right? So again, I'm still, as long as price is still holding right here, I'm kind of bullish on the US dollar overall, the DXY, but I could definitely be wrong with this. If price could literally just keep dropping, because I mean, come on, it's like it's in a downtrend and it's been down here for weeks now. But since it has been down here for weeks and it's just been consolidating, that's what's making me believe more that it's going to go to the upside. And I also see this type of thing, which I always love to see. So you have up, down, then bullish move to the upside. You have a double bottom right now, and price is still holding down here. So that's what's making me believe that this is just gonna go bullish. That's what I'm looking at right now personally on the weekly. That's giving me that confluence that yeah, price is gonna go bullish. Definitely can, but it definitely could just be total utter crap, you know. So just gotta wait and see how price is moving. But for the risky buyers, I mean, just like I said last week, I think this is a good place to like look for buys. Personally, like I do see that the 15-minute on arbitrage isn't necessarily favoring for buys right now, especially since there's a gap that opened in the market. 1 hour time frame as well is calling for that sell, but again, there's a gap in the market. And 4 hour hasn't never even called for a buy, but it is at this lower danger zone right here, which I use as a support. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just watching how the DXY is going to interact, but it could very well be looking to drop to the downside. But for me personally, I don't think it is. So I'm just going to be like keeping an eye on it, not really going to give too much of an opinion on it as of right now. The only thing I said, like I said, the weekly time frame, it looks like it's bullish to me. I like where it's at based on the fibs wise, and also I do like that price has just been consolidating down here for like the past week. So yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Price has just been one. Well, if you want to add this 6, it's just been down here. So I'm looking for price to go bullish overall, but I could be very wrong, like I said. So let's go ahead and go on to EURUSD. I am very much still in the sell from last week. Like I said, it's just been a lot of sideways movement for me. Let me delete that. Gonna leave that there for a second. I'm just getting the fib from this high to this low down here for the potential sell. And only reason why I do still kind of believe that this is going to sell, again, I think the DXY can potentially go higher, but I'm also looking at it from this point of view right here. If I were to put the fib up there and down here, oops, wrong way. That should have actually been how I had it the first time. But let's just say from price from this high to this low, again, like on the fibs wise, like it came to the 71%, almost a 78.6, and then dropped right after, which is the same thing as the weekly time frame on the DXY. I'm just doing it on the daily on EU. So that's another thing that's making me kind of like really believe that this is going to end up dropping rather than keep going to the upside. So I am still selling. I still do have these same swing positions right here. They're both 50 pips each. So if I lose 50 pips, and I'm risking 1% on these trades. So I'm okay with that. Let me delete that and draw back over here. I am definitely aware of this move right here, though. That price did come down to 50. The only time that I would start to be like, okay, now I'm feeling iffy about the sells is if price comes down to 1.17250 and it starts to show rejections, right? So, but that's a while from now. So I'm like I said, I'm still in this sell. I'm still holding it and still gonna see what it's gonna do overall. 4-hour time frame, see what it looks like. Yeah, came to the 50 right here. I do see this M pattern right here, sort of like let me delete this right here real quick, or not delete, but hide real quick. I do see this M pattern right here, so that can be giving me some type of hope that price may be dropping as well, but it's not, because I do see another M right here that made a double top, and then over here is a triple top, so it could definitely come up here, take out the liquidity and take me out of the trade, and then end up dropping again. So that's something to watch for. I'm pretty sure arbitrage as well is calling for the exit on any type of sells. So let me go ahead and go to arbitrage. Remove drawings on this. So daily time frame, it is at the upper danger zone right here, which is what I like to see for a sell. 4-hour time frame hasn't quite called for it. Called for the sell earlier, but then it did call for the exit. So, and again, this is at the upper danger zone as well. So that's another thing that's telling me that I like to sell when both the daily and the 4-hour are showing that. These indicators, on the other hand, let me get rid of that. These indicators, on the other hand, I'm not really caring for how that looks. So it's like, 1-hour time frame, I still haven't gotten the exit, but I'm pretty sure if this candle closes above, then I will get that exit. And then that's when I'll start to think about, okay, maybe I should get out of the trade for now and see what price does. But at the same time, I'm looking at this as a swing trade, like on the other charts. So I'm not really too worried about being any type of drawdown. I mean, obviously, if price does come back up to these highs and then breaks it, then that's when you will be like, okay, maybe I should get out and look to re-enter later on. 15-minute time frame, it's called for the buy about like when the market opened, and it's about to hit this upper danger zone. So I'm still holding this sell, like I said. I'm swinging it, therefore I'm still holding it. Like, yeah. I have nothing else to say about EU, so let's go ahead and go on to GBPUSD. All right, so GU is almost at my stop loss up here, which I'm still holding this sell. And again, it's kind of the same thing with GU. I'm still kind of really looking for a swing sell with this. This was just like a shorter term swing trade, if you will. But overall, I do still think that price can come up to 1.33121, reject, and then continue on to the downside. I don't think that it is going to come back up to 1.34800 at this point in time. Let's go to the daily real quick. One thing though that does make me think that this could still potentially go bullish. Let me go ahead and get rid of all this stuff. Is that price did indeed come up and retest down here. So, oops, not that indicator. So price did end up coming back down to the 61.8 and then went bullish. So that is one thing that is making me believe that, okay, yes, it is a possibility that GU can go bullish. There is that possibility. But I do like from this drop where it broke this structure right here. This is the structure that it broke down here, that it came and retraced it, and it's still at that 78.6 from up here. Because once this structure broke, that's what's making me think, okay, this long-term trend, it could be reversing very shortly, right? So that's what made me look at it at that point away, that this could be dropping. So still holding that, I'm still holding that analysis overall. Let me just go ahead and delete everything. I'm still holding this analysis that price could still end up dropping. anywhere in this zone, right? I'm still holding that analysis. Now, if I do start to see that price is starting to tweak back up, I have a sell limit up here. I have a sell limit up here because I'm still prepared to sell this. But it is for, like I said, it is for the long-term swing. So I'm looking overall for this type of move. Even if it just comes down to the 23.6 right here, totally fine. But I'm looking for price to come down here, even possibly go even lower than that. And my stop loss is going to be up here. So it's 177 pip stop loss. That's a long way. And that's for some traders who aren't really swing traders. They're not really, that's not their style, but this is how I'm taking this move. So I still like this move overall. I like it a lot. Also, even this resistance right here, we have a triple top type of look. Well, not really triple top. To me, this looks like an M pattern in a way. Got the push up, drop, push back up here. I see a potential drop coming. So I still like this sell on GU. Again, though, I do have a shorter term sell that I think is about to hit stop loss. And I don't think that I think it's going to hit stop loss very shortly. So I still like this move overall on GU. Okay, going over here to arbitrage, 15-minute is showing that it is starting to look like it's overbought right now. So I'm looking for that. 1 hour time frame is at the 2 deviation, so that could be showing some rejections as well with this double top. So I like to see that. 4 hour, everything's calling for a buy right now. So looking for sells based on arbitrage is not really ideal as of yet. But again, that's what I'm looking at for my technical analysis. I do want to see this drop happen, and this is more of a swing trade. So that's what I'm looking at for GU. Going over to AUDUSD. AUDUSD, same thing as EU and AU. I like it for the drop, especially at the 78.6. Price has been consolidating up here for a while now. So that's good. That's what's kind of giving me like, I moved my stop losses shorter, to be honest, because if price does end up coming up to the 90, I'm okay with getting out the trade and then finding a re-entry at a later time. But right now, I'm not really feeling how price is just, like I said, it's been consolidating. It is rejecting at the support that I drew down here, and that's what's making it stay up over here right now, right? But if I go into the 4 hour time frame, we can still see that price is still rejecting over here. Just want to see how this 4 hour candle closes, but I'm really thinking that it's gonna reject here and then push to the downside. So we'll see how that happens. I'm still holding these trades though. Still in these AUDUSD sells from last week. Gonna go over here to also arbitrage. Again, nothing's really calling for a sell. So you just gotta be careful out here. Arbitrage is all bullish from the daily to the 1 hour. So I would just be careful. I can't buy high. I can only, like when I'm looking at price, if it's high, I can only look at it like, oh, I'm going to sell it. Got one oversold sign so far, so I'm waiting for another one to pop up. I mean, overbought sign, and then I'm waiting for another one to pop up, and then I'll look for a drop. But other than that, yeah, guys, like I said, I'm looking for the sells, but you got to be very careful because arbitrage for right now is not looking for any sells. So let's go on to GBPAUD. Gonna go ahead and clear this off. See what we could find on the daily time frame. Let's see. Okay. So one thing about GA that I still kind of noticed and still see that it could play out the same way is that I did see that this was this double top that came down, pushed down to the price, and then came back to reject at this support right here. I still feel that price can go down, which if price does end up dropping, then most likely AUDUSD will go bullish. So I kind of don't want that at the same time. But what I do also see is, let's just call it from, because this is the low, this is the low, this is the high, this is the low high. It still hasn't broken this bearish structure right here, which is making me, still think that price could end up going to the upside because let me just draw a line out. And then you can see even when price was down over here, gave some rejections. Obviously, price did drop a little lower as it did right here. So I'll just do this instead. We can see that even over here, prices dropped, rejected, and pushed to the upside. Is not really a clean one, but I could see a lot of similarities of a potential inverse head and shoulders on GA. But like I said, it's not really that pretty. So I'm not really like, I'm just like, let's not call this a inverse head and shoulders. But I do still see that this is a bullish move this is still definitely in an uptrend. From this drop that happened right here, price did almost come to the 61.8 and it yet hasn't reached up there to that. It hasn't gone up to that point just yet. So still watching GA. Still think that it could possibly sell eventually, maybe, but it is definitely I can't say it's definitely in an uptrend because price never broke through these highs right here. It almost did, but on the weekly time frame, it just looks like a wick. So I'm still watching GA. It's not really a clean outlook for me right now. I'm not looking at any. It's not really looking too solid for me to trade. 15-minute time frame on arbitrage. It's not really anything I'm looking for. 1 hour, it is calling for this sell, but again, I'm not really too crazy for it. The 4 hours calling for a buy. See, everything's just everywhere. The daily, it's right there at the RSI line. So with this daily being at this RSI line right now, like I said, now I have one of two choices. All these right now, they're looking like it's just going sideways movement. Therefore, I could either try to sell it right here, or I could go ahead and like I could sell it right here, set my alert for the daily time frame to tell me when to get out. But then again, that would be like a swing trade type of thing. Or I could just wait for a price to give me a bullish move and then I can keep taking it to the upside. Weekly time frame, it's looking like it's rejecting off of this lower danger zone right here, and it's been rejecting off of it very nicely. So this makes me look at it more, very much better as an inverse head and shoulders on GA rather than on the daily or the 4 hour. This makes it look way better as an inverse head and shoulders. So that bullish move, like I said, that's what I'm looking at more for GA, but just gotta wait and see how that plays out because it's not that clean to me. Okay, so let's go on over to EURAUD. All right. Let's see what we have here. I'm still looking for bullish on EURAUD here. Let me go ahead and go into the 4 hour time frame. Dang, but this just looks like it's been moving sideways as well. I mean, we could draw this trend line that draws out to right there, but I could also pull this out so that, I mean, EA has to make a move. I still think that EA is going to follow the footsteps of GA and actually keep going bullish. I don't like this 4 hour price action that's going on right now. It looks like price might end up pushing down to the lower side some more. But if I'm just looking at the 1 hour time frame, looking at current, like what price is doing over here, I do like from this impulsive move, you got the stop hunt to the downside, got the push up, price came back down, 78.6. I still like this buy a lot. I still like this move a lot for price to go to the upside. That's probably going to actually get me to buy EA right now. So that's first and foremost. Let me see real quick. this would be like for a short-term type of move. Although I think if it does move like this, it's going to go up much higher. So it's a 1 to 3.63, risking 31 pips to get 114 pips. I like that move a lot. That's just like a short-term move that I just saw right now. But overall, I'm still looking at, let me do this real quick. Okay. So overall, 4-hour time frame, I do like how this price this structure or this bullish move right here. There we go. Yikes. Don't like that. Came to the 78.6, came to the 90 and almost went lower, but still ended up pushing higher. It's still at the 61.8, holding very well. So I am, again, still looking for this bullish move to happen unless it breaks through my sell box, my buy box. If it does break through my buy box, then no way I'm going to be trading that. But I am risking 30 pips on the buy right now. So again, 4-hour candles, the candlestick formations, I'm not liking it so far. But let's see how it goes. EA on the daily is very bearish, but it's still holding at this support down here. So again, let's see what happens. Eesh, after this huge bullish move back in March, that's insane. This looks parabolic. But anyways, yeah, EA, I'm still looking for the bulls to come by. Let's see what we have on here. Weekly time frame. Remember a couple weeks ago when I said price came and rejected this, that we might be seeing that push to the downside on EA, but it's still holding down here. So again, I'm still pretty optimistic about bullish move. The daily, it's still holding here at this support or this lower danger zone. So again, that is showing me it could be holding here. 4 hours, same thing. It did call for the buy. I mean, for the sell right before the market closed on Friday, but it's still holding here at this lower danger zone. 1 hour time frame. It's funny. It's still holding at this lower danger zone-ish. If it, like I said, I'm still holding that 30 pip move, and if I take the L, it is what it is. 15-minute, this would be what you would watch for it to break through this 1.62124 area. And if it does, then absolutely get out. But I'm still holding this buy. It did call for the exit literally 15 minutes ago, but we got a better position in for that. So I'm still holding this buy. So let's see how things go on EURAUD. Let me go to the 1 hour time frame once more and pull out the setup. Oh, this isn't even the one I was looking at. Or this one. Sorry guys, I'm getting used to this new keyboard that I just got. Yeah, right here. I like this setup right here. This is the trade. Well, hold up. This is the trade I'm talking about. Sorry. So this looks like a solid move for a Sunday. So I'm in it. Let's make some money off of that move. And let's go on to the next one. Let's go on to EURGBP. All right, so EG, remove all drawings, go to the daily, see what's up right here. All right, so this huge bullish engulfing candle on EG, when I see something like this, and it's definitely when it counters off of this move and this type of candle, I'm looking to look for a buy on it. Like, honestly, like I do like this where it came to, but it's a little, even currently, it's a little bit like, do you really want to try to get into that? Let's go into the 4 hour real quick. If I do put the swing all the way down to here, then it makes it like, okay, it hit the 61.8. It could be reversing right now. But if you look at it, like I said, from this bullish move where it actually took off, then, oh yeah, hit the 78.6, almost came to the 90, but didn't hit it. So this could still be going bullish. And I like the bullish move on EG right now from down here. And it's also because I always say it, I don't really like selling when price is low. If price is low, I'd rather look for buys. And that will be my outlook on things. So we do have this daily support that price is at as well. Well, it came down to at least, and then it rejected off of it. I would still look for a bullish move on EG right now, but I would take my time on it, personally speaking. I do want to take my time on this move. The 15-minute, that could be the one that's leading the way for me on EG at this point in time for me to look for a buy. I do like where it's at for a buy, but nothing's really calling for that. And so, like I said, therefore, I'm just going to be patient on it. I'm going to go ahead and set an alert for tonight on arbitrage long, and then once per bar close, long entrance, create, and we'll see how that goes. So watching EG right now. EURNZD. All right, so EURNZD, didn't hit my stop loss from when I had bought this buy. It's okay. I think I'm not 200% sure, but I think I had mentioned to take partials and move your stop loss to break even on EN. But anyways, EN has came back down to this support down here. So I am currently keeping my eye on it for a potential bounce. Could definitely just be having that couple of days of downward move before a push up. I do see this trend line right here. So let's see what goes on with EA right here. EN right here. Daily time frame. We could also see that where price is at. It's where price has previously rejected off of. And this looks very much bearish from up here. Yeesh. From when it came almost to $2 or 2 New Zealand dollars for €1. It's been dramatically dropping. So again, we got to see what price is going to do right here, because if price does reject, it could easily break through this trend line. I'm just going to draw it for illustrating purposes. It could break through, retest this support that's right here, and then continue to the upside. But gotta watch and see what price does first. EN on the 15-minute time frame, it's called for the exit for the buys, so wouldn't watch for buys currently right now. 1 hour time frame, it's definitely bearish. 4 hour, everything, same thing. Everything's bearish on arbitrage, so looking for buys is a little risky right now, but price is at a support, at a major support at that. So could be one of those moves where you're like, oh, I caught the bottom of this, you know? All right, let's look at Mr. Gold. So gold, man. Playing stubborn, huh? Daily time frame. I'm still looking at this same exact move, although I don't. This daily candle right here still has me scared, but I'm still looking for this bullish move on gold to the upside. If you do look here, this could possibly be a W, although this looks really ugly. A double bottom right here. It looks terrible, but I still would rather prefer. Let me go to the 4 hour time frame real quick. I still would rather prefer for price to come back up to the 61.8 at least, like at 1922 or even 1915. Even at 1915 up here, I'd rather see price do that, so I could see that it's doing a good correction off of that huge bearish move. Because this huge bearish move, it's one 4 hour candle. It's like 700 pips. Like when we caught that was insane. I did not think it was going to happen that fast. So Again, I kind of still want to see price come up to this zone and see if it's going to continue dropping, especially when it's at this buy box. I'm definitely still bullish on it. But after seeing this bearish engulfing candle, I can't be super confident in trying to sell it overall. I mean, trying to buy it overall. 15-minute time frame. Oh, before I even come to the 15-minute time frame, let's go back to the 4-hour. This is definitely, and I mentioned this last week, that this is looking like it's just a bear flag. It looks like it's just a bear flag. So if I can get that breakout to the upside even, and then a drop, that would even be even better for me. But all I see is price doing this right now, just moving sideways in that bear flag. So again, I want price to come back up here personally, but let's see what happens. 15-minute time frame, called for the sell, rejecting off of the RSI line maybe for a potential drop. I'm not too certain. I'm not going to play that. Well, actually, I am, because I'm going to be scalping shortly. But let's see what the 1 hour looks like. Yeah, 1 hour was definitely called that buy at 9 or at 8 p.m. on Friday. Yeah, that was nice. 4-hour rejected off of there. Yeah, I'm not, it's gold is just everywhere on arbitrage even, so I'm not even crazy overlooking at anything for gold. So let's just move on. Again, I want to see that 1822 put, I mean that 1915 to 1922 push on gold. SPX 500 and like the US indices, they were basically like the best pairs to trade for me last week, because they actually made a move rather than moving sideways so much. I did get out of this trade. I was more than good with what I had. I still kind of want to watch and see what it's going to do though. Let me get rid of all this. Daily time frame. It still is up at this price level where price previously was at its all-time high back in September. And so, but it did make another all-time high up here at 3,676. But it still is up at this resistance right here that I can't ignore. Therefore, I'm still kind of looking at price to see if it's going to drop or not. Obviously, I do want to see this rejection overall on this very bullish move. I do want to see price reject down to like the 71%. That would be mad love. And then push to possibly make even a higher high. If I can get that this holiday season, then Santa really loves me. I'm just playing. But yeah, that looks ideal to me for me to get that drop down to 3,364 and then a push back to the upside. That'd be nice to see on S&P, but it could very well just be breaking from right here. So I'm going to take my time and see what it does. But I do like the consolidation that it's doing on the 4-hour at this resistance right here. Still makes me think, especially with this drop right here, still makes me think that it can fall. But at the same time, if I draw this fib out from right here, look where it's rejecting off of the 78.6. So it could be definitely even going bullish. So kind of going to wait and see what S&P is going to do as well. It's just going to be patient. I think it's good. I like the sell overall, but I'm going to wait on it. 4-hour, same thing. 4-hour, it's looking more like it wants to sell than anything. If it does reject off of this mean line, I'm most likely going to end up selling it. So that's another thing with the S&P that I'm looking for. 1-hour time frame, called for the sell as well, retesting that RSI line. We might get the sell tonight. Let's see what happens. 15-minute, I know. Ooh, even the 15-minute isn't called for a buy yet. So what I'm actually going to do is I'll set an alert for this right here. Long, once per bar close, create it. And I'm going to just, I don't want to buy it necessarily. But if I was going to sell it, I would sell it here. So especially with the previous drop from here. I definitely like to sell at this area. So if I do get the long like the long entry, then I'll get out to sell and then I'll just wait a little bit. But I like to sell for right now price currently. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. SPX 500. Hold on. It's a little bit riskier. So again, I have the alert on, and if it tells me to get out of the trade, I will be more than happy to get out. So let's see how that plays out. Dow Jones, about the same thingish. For me, it almost came and hit my stop loss earlier. But if you go on the daily time frame, it did go back up to that all-time. It almost came back up to that all-time high level that it was at previously. It never did, which is nice. Wait a minute. There we go. So it did almost. I think I drew this fib a little wrong. Hold on, let me see. Move drawings. Go to the 4-hour. Zoom out. Okay, cool. So saw this push to the upside on gold right here. 61.8. Came back down. See what happened here. Okay, so I came and I wanted to take a sell on US 30 right here, most likely. And then price almost came and hit my stop loss, but then it didn't. It consolidated a bit, then ended up dropping. Okay. To be brutally honest with you guys, this is looking more bullish to me than bearish, especially with this bullish move right here. But just look at it this way. If I do it this, then it's 61.8, so that could be justified, but I'm not really crazy over that either. And this current price action showing that bearish push to the downside. I mean, this isn't even the time to be trying to trade this regardless, but let me just do it this way. Prices at these all-time highs, I personally cannot look for a long-term buy right here, as I don't know where price is going to go to next, right? So based off of this previous bullish move that was very bullish, I still would want price to come back down to 61.8 maybe to retest the zone, and then I'll be looking for long-term buys. Like currently, I kind of see price maybe wanting to make like maybe a double top to the drop type of thing, but it's kind of making me want to get out of this SPX 500 sell. I mean, yeah, it's kind of making me want to get out, but I'm just going to let arbitrage somebody get out. But yeah, Dow Jones kind of looks a lot more bullish to me than bearish. Yes, I don't even want this up here. And Dow Jones, it's about to call for a possible buy itself. But like I said, with that previous, like the most current price action, 78.6, I like the sells. So that's like with most current price action. 1 hour time frame called for the sell. It's still holding for the sell. The 4 hour time frame called for the sell. So I'm still bearish on it, especially with arbitrage giving me those 15-minute through 4 hour sells. The daily hasn't given to me yet, but I kind of like the sells. So again, with the S&P, I have my alert set to get out of this trade. And if it rejects off of there and drops down, I'm still holding it. So that is about it for me. Is there any other pairs that anybody wants me to go through though? Any other pairs? Nothing. All right. Well, thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it. I'll be posting up the recording very shortly so that if you do need to come back to reference it, then it will be here for you. And again, thank you guys for showing up, and thank you guys for those who are watching the playback. Let's make some money this week, and I'm out. Later.